Good morning, YouTube. My name is Zanrith. We are in Buffalo. We're on a Ninja 300, and it's a decently warm day. It's only in the 50s, but with the right gear, it's rideable. And I didn't want to get started in the garage today. I mean, I kind of did. I brought stuff to the garage, but I didn't want to get started working on stuff. I wanted to warm up just a little bit outside, and like just so it's comfier in the garage, just so that I'm not as cold, because the garage is colder than everywhere else. So today's agenda is to work on the Ninja 650, which obviously I'm not doing right now. I'm going up to Hebler's, which is our local Kawasaki, KTM, Husqvarna, Suzuki. What else do they sell? They sell ATVs like CF Moto maybe, and I think they got like Ski-Doos and Sea-Doos. I don't know. They just became a Husqvarna dealer, so that's pretty cool. I went up and checked out their bikes a couple weeks ago just to see what they had on the floor, and they were cool looking. But we're going up there because Courtney's bike needs/wants some parts. And it's not a huge deal, like there's nothing like crucial, but I just want to get up there. I've called the guys up there a couple times, and the guy I normally deal with, like when I bought this bike and the 2 ZX6R they have, he was like, dude, I'm so swamped right now. Everyone's got their like refund checks, and I got no time to process. I'm so busy. So stop up sometimes. I can't like respond to your emails. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool, whatever. Like, I get it, you're busy. But they've always been good to me, so I'm gonna just, I'm gonna keep going to the dealer that treats me right. And right now, that's been Hebler's. So, I mean, half my stuff is, or more than half my stuff's from Hebler's. So, nice guys up there. They'll always treated me right. That's good. But we got to look at some frame sliders. She wants some specific ones, and I couldn't find them really anywhere but Revzilla. And if that's the way we have to go, that's the way we have to go. But I'd rather buy from a local company, help them out a bit, instead of buying from Revzilla. Buy from Hebler's. I know they're probably buying through some distributor too, but at least some of the money stays local. That's my outlook on life. So I'm gonna go see what their prices are for that. I got to look at oil filters for the bikes, because I used to buy them in a pack from a different company, and they were like, I'd get the K&Ns and they were cheap, but now they're the same price as everywhere else. So it's like, what can I get? Like, do we go with K&N, or do we do Kawasaki? Like, what do we want to put on these bikes? So I'm just going up, gonna get some parts, and then we're gonna get back to the garage and work on Courtney's bike. And that's what I call defensive driving. I stayed to the right because people do that all the time. But the other thing is, without anyone in the right lane, I knew I could kind of get on the side of him like that and get around him without switching lanes. You guys just got to use your mirrors. You gotta look in your mirrors. You gotta turn your head. You can't just rely on the mirror. The mirror doesn't show you everything that's behind you. Turn your damn head. Ready? Watch. Like, you guys can probably not see my mirror. Maybe you can now because it's kind of more at my level with the camera, right? You can't see. There we go, YouTube. Heading back from Hebler's. I did not spend a lot today at all. I am proud of myself. I got some parts quotes for Courtney's bike in case there's something we can't fix, more than anything else that I did today. Going around this car, fuck it. So basically, just in case there's something we can't fix, I just wanted to, while I was up there looking at a couple parts we kind of needed, but something we couldn't figure out. So Basically what happened is she ordered spools on Amazon and they said they were the right bolt pattern, but they weren't. The threading's off. And I can't find anyone around here with the correct bolts. Like, I've tried Fastenal, I think it's called. And they were like, yeah, we don't have that, we can order it, but it's a box of 100. And I'm like, aha, I need 2. So, yeah, the guy on the phone wasn't too helpful. There's another couple fastener companies we're going to try in the area first to make sure that we try all our luck before we buy another set of spools. Hebler's had a couple spools in stock, but they said 10mm again. I didn't want to buy them and then not fit again. Like, I want the bolt to fit what we already have, not buy another set because what we have won't fit, kind of thing. Because 10mm is 10mm, the diameter is the same, but the thread pitch is different. So So now we're going to go back. I got to get some paint first, so we got to stop at a hardware store or a parts store. Probably going to stop over at, I'm trying to think this out loud in my head where I'm going to go and say it while I'm doing it. Basically just having my inner monologue come out right now. And I'm thinking advanced auto over by Hurdle might be where I go. It also depends on which way I go home because I'm enjoying riding, so I might have to take the long way home. Thinking. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Anyways, YouTube, it's going to be a lot of driving around, and if anything cool happens, we'll pop back in. But other than that, we'll see you back in the garage. Hit by a bug. You sure it wasn't the camera?
Alright, YouTube, Hebler's run is done. Got some parts, got some stuff. Now we're going to get back to working on the 650. So what we got to do, I'm going to step over some stuff, is I got to install a switch in here using some 3D printed parts, which are, I lost them. Where'd they go? Nope. They're here somewhere. 3D printed a custom holder for it. Wow, I really can't find it. I just have it in my hand. Oh, there's some. Okay. Here's 2 of them. These are test ones that didn't work. Let's get that in the camera. So, switch will sit in there. It's just going to bolt to the fairing of these parts. But I got to find a place to get it in there without it being in the way. A whole bunch of other stuff that we got to make sure. So I got to pop this partially off to get in there. Just this one right here, and then we'll screw it in. And then we're going to work on the side cover over here. A little scraped up. Not terrible, but we're going to try to smooth some of that metal out and then give it a coat of paint to protect it. If not, we quoted out the part price, so we know how much it will cost if we want to replace it fully. Other than that, we're going to get the windscreen back on, and then we're going to just, well, we're going to pull the oil out before we do that, and then we're going to give her an oil change too. So let's get back here. Yeah, so almost ready. I think the longest thing is going to be waiting for paint to dry on that part once we paint it. So actually, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hang another light up over here. So we're going to do that first. So we'll get to it. There we go, YouTube. Lights are both up. Hung some aircraft cable from the ceiling. Now I can work on the bike a lot more light. I had these black hooks up here. These are for another bike I used to have. I had this hanging on it, but now it's a lot lower. And because it's on the cable, I can, let's see if I can do this without, I can just kind of shift them down so that they're on one end of the bike. Or I can put them this way. Now they're at this end of the bike. So kind of a little bit more usability. And of course, you know, that's the downside of having a garage with no power is you got to kind of play with these things. But about $30 lights from Harbor Freight, and they work great. They last forever. By forever, I mean like 7 hours. Enough time to get stuff done. So back to the Ninja 650 here. I took out a couple bolts on the fairing, kind of loosened this guy up here. And I'm going to figure out how to get it up enough so that I can drill into the side of it. I got to drill like this way, but like, you know, obviously there's a whole system there. I don't feel like taking the whole front end apart. I might have to, but we're going to try to mess with that right now and get that over with. Also listening to my buddy Dusk the Viking right now stream on Twitch. He's playing a Predator hunting ground tournament. So yeah, it should be fun. Go Dusk and go Judge and all the other guys that are playing. I'm an avid gamer too, if you guys didn't know. So okay, we'll get that in. We'll get back. 6 hours later. Wait, no. A few minutes later, I pulled the whole system out again. So this is what we're going to drill into. It's kind of just flopping here for now. I got to drill a couple holes into it over here somewhere along this so we can hang that in. I'm going to actually use the one I already drilled, which is over there somewhere. Over there, that way. And test fit everything to make sure it's going to work before I drill into the nice new one. So let's get test fitting and drilling. There we go. Test fitted it in. Almost knocked something else over. So back underneath here, this is that 3D printed part I made right here. I couldn't find it because I was trying to see it through the camera. That's the part I made, and the switch, which is just dangling down here, will fit right in there, and Courtney will be able to reach up and hit the switch if she wants to turn her LEDs on. So now I have to take this is the spare part, the original that we've replaced. I have to take it out and kind of match the location on the part that's hanging off the front of the bike. So yeah, and then drill a couple holes in it, bolt this piece back on, and wire up the LED switch. Fingers crossed this all works. All right, this switch is in there. Just reach down in there, turn it on. Boom, yeah. Woo, clicky. Yeah, lights turn on, everything works. So now I just got to get the front back together. I got a couple of the cowling fairing parts on here and here, just not screwed in. So now I'm going to screw it all together. And we're going to put the windscreen on, and then this whole part will be done, and we'll get started. Ooh, I almost dropped the phone. We'll get started on that part down there. Yay. So, woohoo, step one. There we go, YouTube. Windscreen's back on. Woohoo! I cleaned it off nicely. Cleaned underneath the windscreen before I put it back on. So got all the plastic down in there cleaned. So yeah, now that portion's done, we're on to the cover here, which we have to figure out what we're gonna do with it. I'm gonna probably hit it with some sandpaper, just scuff it up, tape around the areas that aren't damaged, and then tape some more, and put a coat of spray paint on it. Sounds like a good start, right? Cool. There we go. Got it all taped off all around. Got a lot of extra tape in these crevices so no paint gets through and nothing else gets in. I'm gonna get some newspaper taped to the outside of this and just go way around this damn thing, just to make it just a wider, so when I spray it and start sanding it. But I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit this with like a 400-ish grit just to get a little smoother. Like there's some gouges in this. I don't know if you guys can see this, but like, let's focus, come on. There's a gouge in there that's pretty deep. We're not gonna be able to fix that with just what we're doing, but we're just gonna make it look better and protect it a little bit. It's not like it's leaking anything, it's not damaged too bad, so we could replace it, but it's like $100 and a $10 can of spray paint and some time, and I can do this. And what was my neighbor's in her car over there just listening to something, blasting like some podcast sounds like. Hope it's not ruining my video. Oh well. So yeah, we'll start sanding it. We'll be back. There we go. Got it all sorts of taped off. We all the way around and put some paper down underneath. So now get my table all dirty as hell. Yeah, so we're gonna start wet sanding it, and we'll see what the progress looks like. So there it is, YouTube. Got it all sanded down. I'm not gonna touch it. I just cleaned it with isopropyl alcohol. Scuffed up all the paint so that the new paint will stick to it hopefully a little better. And now I'm going to give it really light coats, hopefully. I'm usually the one who I go to put light coats on and I put a lot of heavy coats. So we're going to see how this looks. We'll try to spray it nicely, nice and light. So let's see how it works. There we go. Coat 1 is on it. It looks very glossy right now, but it's also wet. So I trying to go super light with it, and I may have already gone too heavy, but I don't want any runs or drips. And I think it's just because of how, just because it's wet, but it looks really super glossy. So I'm hoping that it flattens out a bit. If not, we can go over the top of it with some flat paint. But already, it's going to look a million times better than all scratched up. Even though it's still gonna be textured, like from the scratches. But at least it'll look from 5 feet away. It's gonna be like, oh, that looks fine. So now we're gonna let this sit for a while. Yeah, I did go too heavy. Look at that, it's dripping. Huh. So yeah, okay. So I'm using, I don't know how to pronounce it. Dupli, I don't know. Dupli color. Yeah, Dupli, probably duplicating color. Dupli color. There you go. I'm using that engine enamel. It's supposed to withstand. My friend says this is what he uses on engine casings and stuff, so I'm going to try it. But I think next time, just going to do one quick pass, because I did 2 on this, and it really looks like it came out heavy. Yeah, it's dripping there. Uh-oh. I hope I didn't do anything. But I'm going to wet sand it between passes anyways, so smooth it out if it does drip. But I think we're good. I think I did start spraying over there, so maybe it's got a little extra. So fingers crossed this works. Be back later.